Welcome back. This was last week, so if you missed last week's, pop back and see how we started Sally's journey. I haven't done anything else to it, but I might. Then this week, this is my backing piece. This is reminding me how big to make it, and I'm going to make an enchanted forest. And I found this scarf, and I thought, what's more magical than a bit of purple and some glittery bits? So I'm going to cut this scarf up. I know, but that's what I got it for. And I'm going to cut a bit extra because I don't really know how this is going to go. And I just wanted to make it sort of quite fairy-like. So I'm going to cut this off because I'm absolutely sure I'm going to be using this at some point, somewhere, with this frill on. Oh, I've cut one. Oh dear. Oh no, never mind. So I'm going to just cut up here because how cool would this be to use somewhere? Maybe in this book panel, maybe not, but quite a cool thing to add in somewhere. We have to save every little bit. So my first job is decide which way up this is. Yep, definitely that way. And I'm going to just baste it down because I think it's going to move around a bit. It's very, very lightweight sort of scarf. It's only a nylon scarf. It's nothing precious. And I just want to get it down onto my background so that I don't move it too much while I'm stitching on top of it. So if you weren't aware, then this week's prompts are Enchanted Forest and a zip. I know. So I'm going to try and make a tree with a zip in the trunk that we can undo with a little surprise inside. So we'll see how that goes, but that's the plan for today. And obviously we'll be adding a few more little bits and pieces into our forest to play with. So hopefully that will keep that down relatively flat. Let's do our zip. Right, I have a zip lying around. Here we go. Now it's a bit long. So my plan is that I'm going to cut it at the bottom. I know. You're probably thinking I'm crazy, but hey. So we're going to cut it about here. I'm not going to cut it just yet, but I just want to make a mark where I'm going to cut it because it's too long for my piece. And we're going to cover it with this cotton fabric and see what happens. So I'm just thinking, I'll cut it afterwards. If I pin this down, this is my plan. We'll see how it goes. Oh, that's a needle. What's that doing in there? So I just want to pin it onto the zip. And I can hear you. Yes, I can. I can hear you all going, you're doing it wrong. Well, I might be. And it'll probably be a disaster, but it'll be my disaster. And it's just, I don't want to look it up and see how to do a zip. I've got a plan. I've got a plan. So my plan involves pinning this on and then stitching it down. And as you can see, my zip is pinned on, and that's where I'm going to cut it. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is stitch sort of down both sides of the zip, and to make it quite strong I'm going to do a back stitch. So this might take a while, so we'll carry on with the story. So Sally has found a map. There's always a map. I like maps. I'm sorry, my throat is still quite croaky. I feel fine. It's just taking its little time to go, and I do apologise for the croakiness. I've got a new microphone, but I don't think that's going to help with that. So just you know, mute me or something if my voice is getting a bit annoying. Right, let's take that one out. Oops. I don't usually pin anything, so this is going to be quite fiddly for me. So while we're back stitching, we'll get on with the story. So after she found the map, she's followed the little crinkly path, and the path is going to lead her into this enchanted forest. And the path will carry on, and I've got an idea for the path, because I'm thinking about having the path run through the whole story, because obviously she's got to walk through the story. So we may be using it, I may not. At the moment, it's all open. It's all open to, you know, interpretation and what I feel like doing. And she comes into this enchanted forest, and it's twilight, obviously, that's why it's purple, and the stars are out. And she wanders through on the little golden path. Yes, it's going to be a golden path. And there's trees, and the trees have little secrets. And we're going to be popping little buttons under the trees. And the leaves on the floor and the grasses are all chatting away to each other. So she's listening to the leaves, and they're all saying, go and find the flowery tree. Go and find the treasure. The flowery tree holds the treasure. So she's looking for this tree. And when she finds it, she's going to have to open the zip. Open the tree. Okay, so I am going to come all the way up the other side. And I'm going to come down to this bit across. Now let me just, where is it? There. And take that one out. I'm doing little tiny stitches, as you can see. And when I get down to here, I'm thinking if I go over and over on the bit at the bottom, it'll be like it is there, and it will not come apart, is what I'm trying to do. Okay, so let's tie this one off because it's getting quite short, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I've come down to where I've cut it, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over and over this zip at the bottom. Oops, come on, play nicely. There we go. And I'm in the hope that that will stop it from coming apart. I don't see why it wouldn't. It just won't go any further down, would it? And then I can cut that bit off at the bottom. So I'm going to come back up this way. Oh, look, there's a little sneaky giveaway for the next bit. So I'm just going to come back up the other side and I'll see you at the top. Okay. So I've stitched up both sides of the zip. Now comes the slightly scary bit when I cut across the bottom of there with not my dressmaking scissors, obviously. So we're going to just take that bit off. Oops, no, you stay there. And then, in order to make our zip work, my theory is that I should be able to just cut straight down with my scissors once I make a little hole. So I've got a seam ripper. And I know this is not the way to do a zip. Please don't, don't think this is it. This is the way you do zips. No, it probably is nowhere near how you do zips. But I just, in my head, I was like, I can do it this way. So all I've got to do is keep it in a straight line. Now, I can't find my little scissors, so we're going to use the big ones. And we're just going to cut all the way down the centre. This obviously won't work if you're doing clothes, but hey, we're not. We're just having a bit of fun with our stitching. Right, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to cut with these, or that, to get my zip out. Just gently, she says, cut a bit more, and then get your zip. It might be a bit fiddly because I've now got the zip the wrong way up, but well, let's pull it down. Come on, you know you want to work. You know you don't want to make me look right nana with all these people watching. Come on. Yeah, make sure that your zip bit is pointing downwards. Okay, that's my tip. I didn't even check if the zip actually worked, so that might be an issue. Okay, we'll just cut a little bit more then. Fine, we don't care. We can always stitch it back up. So this will be our little opening in the tree. It works. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is put something behind, because obviously I don't want to see, the back of the forest. So we need to find something to put behind, and I do have some sort of velvety stuff. Where is it? Oh God, it's here somewhere. Here. It's like this green velvet, and I thought that would be lovely if I put that behind. Yeah, so first of all I'm going to trim this to my tree shape-ish. Oh, right, may not rip it, I may cut it, and we're going to sort of make it like this. I don't want to come too far near, but I just want to make sort of a tree shape out of the fabric. Obviously saving those, so pretty tree shaped, and is it making sure it's not too big? It is what it is. So this now I need to stitch on the back of there somehow. So I need to cut another strip. This is the fiddly bit. The rest of it's going to be easy peasy. Let's find a nice flat bit. Velvet's a bit weird. It sort of creases up on you, doesn't it? I'm trying to find a flat. Maybe it'll be easier to go that way. Sorry, quite faffy. It's a bit faffy, this one. Right, so we're going to just cut a strip. Not this strip, I'm just cutting this off. And we don't want it too thick, so we want it about the width of the zip. So you can see it. Oh my goodness, I've got it all rolled up. Sort of about an inch, really. So if we cut like an inch, and then again stitch up there. I'm not going to do this on camera because it's just going to be the same as what I've just done. Then once that's stitched on, when you open it, inside will be the velvet. Okay, that's the plan. Right, I'm going to quickly stitch that on the back. Okay, so I thought I'd pop back and just show you how it's going on. So very easily is the answer. And all I'm doing is stitching through the zip and the bit of velvet. It's probably faux velvet, I don't think it's real, but hey, whatever you've got, guys, whatever you've got. So I'm just doing a running stitch just to keep it on. As you can see, I've just stitched just up there. So nice and simple, one step at a time. I think it's going to work, which is good because I don't want to make the video again. There we go. Okay, let's come right up to the top and tie it off. Okay, so there we have, oops, there we have our tree with our zip, and inside is the velvet inside, which is, I think, really cool. I'm so chuffed that worked. I'm going to stitch this down onto here. Now that's just going to be, again, more straight stitches. So what we're going to do is we're going to pin it on for now, so I know where it is, and I may do that later. It depends how long the video's getting. So just so that I know where it is, I'll put one this side. And I'll probably put the stitches like right on the edge. I'll show you what I'm doing and then I'll just carry on. So what we want now is a little path for Sally to follow. And I have, in my little bag of goodies here, some of this. And I'm thinking that maybe we should be using this as a little path for Sally. So she's wandered in along this crinkly path. Obviously we're going to be trimming that, and she's come to here, and there's the Enchanted Forest. So I think we carry on and just make a little path. Now I don't know where the end is, and this is very strange, so I don't think I'll be able to oh, there it is, it's at the end. I don't think I'll be able to sew with this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to couch it on, and I'm going to get a sort of double-ish length like that. I'm just going to get rid of some of it because there's loads, and I'm wondering if we can just maybe come up. And I'm just going to let it go where it goes. You know when you put something on and you do that. And it can go like that. And maybe our next panel will be up here. And she can carry on the path. But what do you think? We're just going to couch that down, I think. So I need some sort of yellow. I've got a bit of yellow. This might work. So let's see if we can do that. Right, where's the edge? There's the edge. This is all just playing. There's no rules. If you don't want to make a path, don't do a path. It's fine. I know I had a path. I love the little paths. I think they're great to follow. Oh, no, no, no. Got a big knot. No, 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 no. Nope, nope, nope. We're not having that. Thank you. Right, so if we just come up. Couching is really easy. You just come up one side, back down the other. And I'm just going to follow wherever it falls. And do little stitches. And this will be another texture on the page. And I can see a few of you are making books. Absolutely fabulous. You can turn them into whatever you like, these little panels. It's completely up to you. You can make them whatever size you like. I just wanted to do something big this time. Because I did little one last time. What did we do? Oh, we did Christmas. The Christmas Sally, didn't we? And we did like a long banner. Maybe next time we'll do another book. I quite like the accordion books. We might do an accordion book next. Let me know what you think. What would you like to do when Sally's finished? We've got about another 6 weeks of this yet. So, you know, there's no rush. But I love to have your ideas. And if you want any inspiration for your slow stitching, then pop over to the Wonky Stitchers community Facebook group. And there is a world of inspiration on there. There's some very clever ideas and things I wish I'd thought of. Hence this, because this was an idea from one of my subscribers who's on the Facebook group, and she did fidget quilts, and it just caught my imagination, and I thought, oh, I really want to have a go at something like that. So that's what we're doing, and we're just incorporating it into Sally's story. So as you can see, we're just going to follow this path all the way up. It might go behind the tree. It could loop behind the tree and come out again. That would be fun. Let's do that. Just because. Let's just do it. Right. Because we haven't stitched it down, we'll pass it through. I just thought of that. And just go back down where you came up, really, when you're doing something this little. I'll try and zoom in and let you see, like, close up. It's coming along. It might take a little bit of stitching, but slow stitching is not something that you can rush, hence the name. And I think it's very relaxing. That's why I love it. So I'm going to just come all the way through the back, and I'm just going to do a stitch in the back there, just through that cotton, just so I can come up the other side wherever we've gone. Where have we gone? There we are. We might loop back. Probably should have looped further down, but You know, best laid plans or no plans. So we're just going to do this. Maybe she's coming back. She'll come back round there. Just a quick loop. Because we are right on the edge of the page. And she thinks she's coming out of the forest. But no, we're going back in. I've just thought of something else we could put in here. Some mushrooms. How cool would that be if we made some little scrappy mushrooms and put them in? Yes. Oh, look, excitement. You can add whatever you like. Just add whatever you feel like adding. Let's go. Oh, let's go just through there, just so that we don't loop it too much. Probably come up in the right place. Nope. A bit further. There we go. May need to get some more thread. Where are we? We're there. And we'll be stitching this down anyway, so it will hold it down. Where's it going? There. Okay. It's best when you're working with this sort of cotton that has a mind of its own to just let it fall where it goes, because if you're fighting it all the time, it's not fun. If you can't make it go where it doesn't want to go. It's just another texture to put on our panel. So I've got a piece of like foil. It's part of a scarf which I've just cut into a circle, and I'm going to turn it into a big, hopefully, yeah, there we go. I'm going to turn it into a big yo-yo, hopefully, and this is going to be the top of my tree. So all I'm going to do is go around the outside. If you haven't made a yo-yo before, whatever size your circle is, you just go all the way around the outside. I've already seen some on the Facebook group. Thank you so much for sharing. It's so cool to see other people's interpretations, and I do think I went a little bit over the top last week. So I'm going to try and keep it a bit more simple this week. Well, we'll see. Best laid plans. It was just because I turned it into a flip and then I had to do more stitching. But you can do as much or as little as you like. It's up to you. It's your work. I just want to give you some ideas, maybe a bit of inspiration. And then you just stitch your own way. Just make sure that you're enjoying it. I am leaving quite a big gap because when I pull these together, I want quite a big area in the centre that's all puckered up, if you see what I mean. Mainly just for the texture. I mean, I don't know if it's too big. I don't know. We will see. So once you come all the way back round to the beginning, you just sort of pull your string. I'm just using one strand of embroidery thread and as you can see, it pulls it into this really pretty little flower, if you like, little puff flower. And what I'm going to do is just pull it as tight as I can, so all my stitches are now together, and just hold it and stitch through just to keep them all together. I mean, they shouldn't come apart anyway, but you know, better safe than sorry. Right, and I'm going to go through, come back and go through my loop to knot it off a couple of times. Okay, we've got a bit of a knot there, loopy knot, but I think it just adds a little bit of fun. So you've got this. Now it's completely up to you whether you pull it tight or flat like this. I mean, I think that is just going to be so nice to feel. You can turn it the other way up. That's quite pretty because it looks like a little jellyfish. So whichever way you want it and however puffed you want it, you can use these in lots of ways. Obviously this is going to be the top of my tree in my fantasy world. Sally and I have been looking through our stash and we've come up with a few things that might be useful for you while you're making the fidget panel, book, quilt, whatever you're making. So we've got things like a buckle and a bit of fabric that looks like leather. We've got ribbons, we've got felt, buttons, toggles, bit of fur, and snaps and velcro, a zip. I'm going to explain this one in a minute. Feathers, bootlaces, strings, gold string, and of course your map. So this is just a little kit that we've put together that might help you if you haven't got any sort of weird and wonderful things in your kit. If it's useful, then I'll be popping this into my Ko-fi shop. I can only make 5. That's all I've got enough stuff for. So if you are interested in this, then please pop over and grab it. So this, I have made some more little characters, and you can choose whichever one you want for your kit, or you can make your own with this, which is what I've used. So I started off with this one and all I've done is I've chopped this off there, and she's very lively, this one, she's a dancer, and I've sort of made woolly hair and things. So I'm gonna, Sally, let's scoot this lot over and you can see all Sally's little friends. So here's another one, and she's got a big ponytail. I've had some bit of fun. I have had some fun. This one has got plaits, and the hair took ages. This is just fuzzy hair and a little straight skirt, and this one has wild hair like Sally. So you can choose whichever one you like to go with your kit, and or you can make your own. I'll send you the Sally, and then you can have a go at making your own. It's felt circles which I've sewn a face on and hair, and then just wrap some fabric around, which is basically all Sally is. Okay, so just a bit of fun. If you are interested in grabbing one of these little kits. Right, okay. Next week, our prompts are going to be buckle, like this, and a feather, and I am including some feathers. So yeah. So that's next week's prompts. We're going to be using those in our story, and obviously probably this, because it's going to hopefully work like this so that we can thread. Okay, that's it for me from this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. On Wednesday I will be putting up a finishing off video, so if you want to see how I finish this one, then I will see you there. If not, I'll see you back next Saturday with your buckle and your feather. Bye guys, have fun.